Ladies and gentlemen, let's say once again, this is Nuclear Heatwave Podcast, brought to you by Mafia Sports Report, brought to you by the Power Internet, brought to you by Dr. Love's house. I'm clearly in his basement right now. And this Elimination Chamber just ended. Well, I got KO. So far, what I would say, pretty solid pay per view. Now, obviously, listen, let's get one thing straight. That we all knew that obviously Sammy wasn't going to walk out here as champion. We already knew that. I was like, but just give me entertainment. Just give me entertainment 20 minutes. Like he gave us about 25. KO's over here doing his thing. But this it's interesting. This game, like obviously we'll talk more as far as when we go into the podcast on Tuesday. Definitely I got Rocky Four vibes, except the only difference was we were in the underdog's hometown, instead of Drago. But overall, I would say definitely solid pay per view. Women's was on point. I'll say women's champion match was pretty solid. Um, Bobby versus Brock. I was like, basically they gave us what they needed to give us. So, with the weird, it's weird. Like they give us these weird finishes with Brock, Bobby, and Brock. But hey, it is what it is. Not mad at it. Also, what we got? The men's chamber match was pretty solid. Obviously most of us we already knew Theory was walking out with the strap. Wasn't no question about it. But we all wanted to see how Montez Ford was going to do. Once again, it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of if. I'm saying it's only a matter of when this dude start, do his own thing. Montez Ford did not disappoint. It sucks because I know, they claim that he, obviously a hurt in the storyline, but it was only a matter of we're going to get, was it Logan Paul probably versus Seth at Mania. I'd like to see Montez Ford spring on there. Probably not get it. It is what it is. Actually, the one match I didn't care about as far as the intergender tag match, it was what it was. It was entertaining. I call it the bathroom break match. It was pretty decent, but for the most part, it was what it was. And then we got the main event. Like I said, we had Rocky versus Roman. The only difference now was Rocky won winning this one. This was in Rocky's hometown, Rocky's country, but Rocky wasn't coming out with the W on this one. It was like Rocky 4, but with the Rocky 6 finish. You get KO. I'm still saying right now, I'm still going with. I still think they're going to split this belt up 2 nights. Cody versus Roman night 1. Then you probably get triple threat. I'll still say triple threat. KO. Sammy, Roman, the other night. This is what I'm going with. So, with that being said, I would say definitely this pay per view. I would say it was better than I thought it was going to be because you get these filler pay per views, and the most part it's just it is what it is. You put it on background noise, but Chamber actually on point. Not gonna lie, I was actually pleased with it. Like obviously if you didn't get a chance to watch it or not, and obviously if you're watching this, you basically get everything almost spoiled for you. But if you didn't get a chance to watch it tonight, definitely go back and watch it. Solid matches. It was on point. Now we're on our way to Mania. Papa Roman, give us those 2 nights. Give us Sammy. Give us KO night. One of those nights. Give us Cody the other night. Now we got then we get sorry, turn off that real quick. Then we get Bianca versus Asuka. Ready for that. Now we get then we get Mommy versus Charlotte. So all these matches started coming forward. And Lord behold, guess who we got in the house? Come this way, 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 come this way. So now we get the Don River Deli dogs in the house.
What's going on?
So Doc, what was your thoughts on the pay-per-view? Quick thoughts.
Holy hell. Really good pay-per-view. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like the men's chamber match exceeded expectations. That's all I gotta say. Absolutely. And we got here. Oh, we got Bernard Dale. We got in the house.
So we call he's the drip Dudley. He's the D-Town Dudley.
Hey.
So what was your thoughts? How the overall pay-per-view? How was it? Now that we fresh off the live reaction, we fresh off emotions right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 5 headlocks.
5 headlocks?
It showed emotion. It showed
the whole pay-per-view. We giving it 5.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it told the story and it built bridges to WrestleMania. And that's what you want.
Right? Okay.
So now that everything is in place, now you set the stage for the biggest stage in WrestleMania. And I can't wait.
2 nights.
2 nights.
Y'all go listen to my voice. Y'all go listen to my voice for 2 days. I hope y'all ready for 8 hours of me talking.
I really hope so because
and let us talk to you.
We got this shit. We do. And that's what I gotta say.
And although I didn't win the championship tonight, let me tell you something. I'm coming for it, baby. I've been close.
I'm sorry.
And I'm getting close. And as you've seen tonight, as Sammy said, it's hostile territory. I'm coming.
I have 10
and
here.
Out. Y'all folks have a good night.
I got 10 here. And I do 2 more. And that's what I got.
And look who we got in here. Papa Mafia. So Papa Mafia, what was your thoughts on the pay-per-view tonight?
I thought it was really.
As a WCW guy.
Okay, I thought it was pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't care too much about the Beth Phoenix.
Intergender tag team.
Yeah. Wasn't a fan of that. But man, they had some good matches, and I gotta say,
this would be a filler pay-per-view.
Yeah,
because this is like filler between.
Yeah, it's a filler. I thought the main event was tight. I thought the main event was really good.
Like
storytelling.
Yeah,
it was wrestled far better than us.
You want to get in? You want to get on?
Absolutely, I have to get in on Papa Mafia.
So,
Dr. Love.
Hey,
right here.
What's going on now?
It's no WCW.
So the way I was looked at it, I was like, that main event was like Rocky IV, except it was in the underdog's hometown.
Yeah,
that was the idea.
So right here, all I gotta say is we got CBM, which is prime time, Chris Mullins, my brother, and a wrestling aficionado, and we got this shit going on. That's all that matters because we all are definitely too sweet.
But overall, so Papa Mafia, out of 5 headlocks, what are you giving this pay-per-view?
I'll give it.
I'll say 3.5.
I was about to say that, but I'm gonna go 4 because the main event was really
okay.
Good. Yeah, really.
That's
good.
fair.
Sometimes that pops up. I'm saying 4. I'm saying 4 headlocks.
Nice.
Out of 5. That's what I'm saying.
And likewise, 4 headlocks out of
nice.
Tremendous job in the main event and in that U.S. title.
The U.S. title.
Oh yeah, the U.S. title.
Tremendous job out of them. And,
I mean, the fact that you put the mid card belt this high on the pedestal.
Yes.
Especially in a match like that,
prominently showing. Guys like Montez Ford and it's really building. And again, this is not wrestled like a typical filler February pay-per-view. This is well executed. This is Triple H's vision. I appreciate that they're treating this more as a genuine show to build the WrestleMania, but it's not there's just not filler matches.
Correct.
Right.
This is absolutely setting up for the roads to WrestleMania. Yeah,
the roads to WrestleMania.
I bell for all my puns because that's what I do. The roads to WrestleMania.
But I will say the Jay Uso that came out.
Yeah, he came out.
I will say that's going to be interesting because he got speared by.
Well, so you got to remember, this whole thing started. This whole thing started with Roman and Jay.
Right.
So let's see how it ends.
Wait, hold on.
Main event Jay.
There we go. Main event Jay.
Main event Mafia, baby.
Now we're talking about Sauce loves that. Sauce loves it. But
hey, because Listen, Papa Kurt was in it, so hey.
I don't know.
Papa Kurt or Perk Kurt? I don't know.
Perk Kurt. That's a story for another day.
Yes, but I think Raka Khan's still hot though. Sorry. I know that.
You climb.
Who's that, Pierre? What's Pierre saying there?
You climb that.
Hey, Pierre's in the chat.
Pierre!
What's going
Is
on?
this the end of Sammy's WrestleMania push? No,
Absolutely.
I don't think so. So once again,
Triple threat.
I'm saying right
You
now.
might be right. You might be right. You did call that.
Yeah, I'm saying like Roman. I think is going.
He has a
Roman.
lot of push right now.
I'm saying Roman right now is going to 2 nights. He has to defend the belt. One night Cody Rhodes. The other night I'm still saying him. A triple threat with Cody. I'm sorry, with Sammy and KO.
But now when they split the titles, where he defended Universal one night and then the
that's what I'm
WWE
thinking.
We
I think
got
so. So what I'm thinking is WWE will be night 1, and Universal will be like night 2.
Yes. Give me a chair over here.
So
you guys
bring a
for
chair.
Grab a chair. So what I'm saying. So
basically,
basically, what I'm saying is.
bring it on.
Yes, sir.
So basically, what I'm saying is, Cody is going to defend against the WWE belt.
Yeah.
And I think then we're going to have the triple threat with Sammy and KO will be for the Universal.
Yes.
So because I feel like with Cody, as much as they invested in Cody, they're going the A-list belt is going to go for Cody, and then the B-list belt is going to go for the other guys.
Right.
So, but yeah, to answer your question, Pierre, no, I think we still in the middle of Sammy's and I would say Sammy's Daniel Bryan run, his underdog run. Listen, like I'm saying right now, we all know KO, his first Universal title run, and it wasn't as great as it was because Jericho kind of overshadowed him. But
as he's tending to do.
Yeah. But I would say right now, Sammy, he's the Daniel Bryan of 2023. Let that man get that gold. And then also we got Bill's brother, Joey Hatch. What's up, Bill's brother, sisters? Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Listen, I'm a Lions fan, but shout out to Bill's Mafia.
That's right.
We got Papa Mafia in the building.
Great fans, just tremendous.
Yeah, man.
I say just like the Deli Boys, they don't fear no tables.
No.
Right.
But overall, yeah, like me personally, you know what? Damn it. I'm giving this 4 out of 5 headlines.
There you go. He changes my life.
I did 3.5. I'm giving it 4.
Baby.
So spoiler alert for Tuesday. If things are something to change, but I'm telling you right now, 4 out of 5 headlocks for the filler pay-per-view. This is a setup pay-per-view for, Mania. 4 out of 5 headlocks. The only match I would say the worst match of the night, and I'm just going by tier list, was probably the intergender match. Even that match was pretty solid.
It wasn't as bad. Yeah.
It could have easily been a bathroom.
It could have been worse. Yeah,
it could have been a bathroom break match.
That's true.
But I will say, it was definitely entertaining.
The creative spots between them just
the men and women, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we had the double power bomb.
What's the next pay-per-view coming up?
Mania.
That's the very next pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they're doing now, so instead of having like pay-per-views like every single month, so now Triple H wants to spread them out a bit.
Okay.
Oh, so Montez Ford got the show Benjamin treatment, but the fireworks but wasn't wasn't booked to win.
Well,
true, but you gotta understand. This is right now. This is Montez Ford showing what training we is.
yes.
Listen, we still got the rest of 2023.
Yeah.
They didn't put all the eggs in the basket tonight.
We're big supporters of Montez Ford. We thought he was going to, I thought he was going to come out with the belt tonight.
See, I didn't, but I see this as almost like a Booker T situation. I know you're not old school WCW, but
yes.
I see this as a Harlem Heat type where they know Booker T's better than Stevie Ray, and they're going to go for the push. And I think that's what they're doing. They're going to slowly start, and they're getting the crowd behind him as a single wrestler.
Let things happen organically.
Because that's what they did with Booker T. They eventually started having him wrestle more singles matches, and they saw that the crowd was really, because Stevie Ray couldn't do that, and they're probably thinking the other partner can't hold.
And that's when
Stevie Ray did have that lethal pedigree though.
He did. He had the slapjack.
It's the slap. So
slapjack. Yeah.
So there's two things. You have the slapjack, which is the hanging pedigree.
Yeah.
And then you have the weapon, the slapjack. And then Stevie Ray had both. my man.
But he was the slower, more kind of a
he's
powerful.
Slower, more power, but Booker was much faster and
better on the mic.
Throughout '97,
they
used him a lot as a single, and then '98 when he started winning television title.
Well, that
series with Benoit,
and he was good on the mic. So like that's a key thing. Like I don't know too much about Ford, but I'm guessing he's more on the mic than the
So right now, like me personally, I feel like Ford. Me personally, I see Ford as like the next HBK. This dude's got crazy charisma. You saw that man can work. That man's got arsenal as far as the ring utilities. He's got charisma. So it's not a matter of if; it's a matter of when. When he goes off.
But they might want to just take it,
the
crowd. Now tonight, do you think that was legit that he was hurt, or you think that was?
Oh, that was sort of that. I mean, because it was coming off the curb stomp.
Yes,
right. So you think that was just so like builds the crowd to get more behind him, basically?
Because this could be also. Remember, also another question. Oh, real quick, the Brock match was the worst. Yeah, I can see that. Some people didn't really.
I didn't like. You're right. It happened so fast. I forgot about it.
Yeah, with the kick to the nuts. The kick to the nuts.
I didn't like the way. I didn't like that. I'll be honest with you.
So that's 2 pay-per-views in a row now where people wasn't feeling the finish.
I didn't like it. Yes. It was too quick in the match. Like if it happened maybe later, like when I'm talking about a prolonged match maybe,
like a 15-minute match.
Yeah, and he did it just to get out of he was about to lose or something. I don't know.
Because this is only what a 7-minute match.
Quick.
But then people would think that if you went 15 minutes. And then you have some kind of low blow screwball finish that
I don't even like the finish. I don't even like that at all. I think they could have went long and maybe just did a count out. I would even prefer that, like a both, like they're just
like a double count out.
Double count out where they took it to the outside, they took it to backstage.
Yes.
That would have been way better. Like right there, I just wrote you a script, WWE. Come on, take that shit backstage because the crowd would have loved that shit.
Oh yeah, because right now we got
the ref would have counted them out already.
I mean, we got 2 Rottweilers going at
and they would have been, and the fans would have been involved. They would have been hitting on
it. According to Arian Foster, maybe you should be writing the NFL script.
That's BS, guys. Don't believe that.
I know.
But with Montez, I think because one thing about with Triple H was running NXT, like a lot of things, he let things happen organically. So now with the main roster, it's gonna be interesting to see how he does with Montez Ford because I feel like Montez Ford is gonna be like his 2023 project.
Yeah.
And then once again, we got Mr. Pierre. DQ finishes belong to weekly shows. Actually, me and Papa Mafia was talking about that earlier because I feel like, especially with Brock and Bobby, you got 2 Rottweilers in the ring.
Right.
You don't end a match off of like technical DQs. You let those Rottweilers go until one last man standing. And DQ finishes, with DQ finishes, I don't mind it being on like title matches because obviously, that dictates, as far as that goes. But with guys, certain wrestlers and guys like that, let those guys go. No disqualification, no rules.
Yeah.
One last, let
the pit bulls go.
Or like I said, do a double count out if you want to just end it that way.
Because at that point, with double count out, it's still,
it could have went either way. Nobody knows.
With double count out, it's like a test of strength.
It is.
It's like the last man
standing. Yeah, exactly.
The better man.
But nobody wins either way.
No one had to take the fall yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So they could
and you can continue it. Yes. And then you can maybe do even a false count anywhere moving forward to the next match.
So to give you some context, Papa Mafia. So last time these two went head to head, it was like a weird botch finish where Bobby fell. Well, Bobby had Brock in the full Nelson.
Yeah.
He pushed himself. Bobby pushed himself off the corner turnbuckle, and he just fell on Bobby. He just laid there, and they counted 1, 2, 3. It was a crap finish.
Kind of a botch.
It was kind of like we look at it as a botch, but they was looking at like future storyline finish. But still, it was an ugly finish.
Okay.
So now you got 2 matches with 2 ugly finishes in a row. It's like, But to answer your question up here, I agree as far as like the weekly shows, but with the exception of title matches, because DQ plays a very important role in title matches. Because you had guys like old school Edge Christian who said, hell, if we get disqualified, we still keep the belt. So what?
Right.
So you got.
I mean, I see what they're trying to do. They didn't want to. They're probably putting this to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
but you could have, like I said, made a different finish.
Because I feel like so Bray Wyatt on SmackDown, he was talking about how whoever won between Bobby and Brock, he was going to face at Mania.
Right.
But the way that they keep doing these crappy finishes, it's like, do you let
Come
Bray?
on, Dr.
Hey, come on, Doc.
All right, I know how long we're doing.
Yeah.
Now we're looking to watch other wrestling.
Oh,
Maybe-
GCW.
Maybe your computer.
Other wrestling.
So
Oh, they talking about GCW.
Or what about from
Bell Valley, that too.
or MCW?
But yeah,
MCWA. I'm not gonna lie, we might have to watch that.
Or Starcade
our stuff.
93,
Yes.
possibly.
but yeah, but yeah, we still on. But yeah, but basically, long story
What's
short.
up?
Hey,
But yeah, I would
Bash
say,
at the Beach 97.
Oh, he knows.
Yes.
but I definitely will say,
I love the Ranger Ross though, man. He brought it.
but I would definitely say this pay-per-view was
Oh,
a solid
God,
filler
you
pay-per-view.
did all this
It was a
puzzle
solid
here, too?
pay-per-view. Solid
Oh,
filler
Lord.
pay-per-view.
I gotta clean this shit up.
I would definitely
I didn't know we
say
were doing all this.
Brock versus Bobby, even like Pierre says, I would agree with him. That might have been probably the most underwhelming match of the night.
Not a single German suplex.
Not one German.
No, and I said
Not
9.
one.
Yeah.
I was right.
What the hell?
I
Not
said-
one.
I said 20.
Not one.
So there you go.
20,
20.
right.
So
So Pierre, actually, real quick before we go,
yes.
he predicted 2 Germans. We didn't get nowhere near that.
No.
D-Town, I'd say,
Sorry, Peter.
and then Big O, everybody else had 7. I had 5. We didn't get nowhere near there.
Nothing.
Yes, but is it Price is Right rules? That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
So
right.
actually, Price is Right. So Dr. Love
Yeah, he was the
actually
guy
won
he had 5,
because
right?
Dr. Love predicted 5.
Right.
So he was the lowest out of everybody in the
Right.
house. So with that being said, so as far as closing words, let's start with you, Papa Mafia. Closing words, like any last thoughts about
I'm
the
ready.
pay-per-view?
I'm ready for WrestleMania. That's for sure.
2 nights, baby.
Yeah, and no, man, this was. Honestly, I didn't think it would be that good of a pay per view, just because it's not their best on the overall pay per views that they have. But,
Yeah, because this is more like the filler.
right, the filler. But I thought it was pretty entertaining.
So would you say, did you like this better than Royal Rumble?
No, Royal Rumble was better.
Okay.
Royal Rumble was better. It's but this was up there. This was definitely up there. And yeah, for sure, man. I'm starting to get into my wrestling mojo. Watch out.
Absolutely.
And then Chris,
Yes,
final thoughts.
So I'm very happy with the way it's turned out. This is not your normal February pay-per-view. This is something that gets you excited towards WrestleMania. Usually, I've watched the No Way Outs and watched the previous Elimination Chambers and watched previous February pay-per-views and have been underwhelmed. And I was not underwhelmed today. This actually got me excited for 2 nights of WrestleMania. And
Forgot it's 2 nights now.
and then I have to
Yeah.
say that
April
Triple
1st.
H, I'm very
2nd.
happy
Man.
with the way that things are going with him, and that I can only look for better success with him at the creative helm in the future.
Yeah, because I would definitely say, since he took over, like we was talking, so real quick, so me and CBM was talking earlier, and I says, Triple H took over creative in July, but I told fans since the start of this podcast that I said that you wouldn't start to see Triple H's WWE until probably Royal Rumble, because the new year we start WrestleMania. So this is the start. I feel like this is the start of Triple H's WWE. So now from here on out, this is all about Triple H. We're going to see what he does. Now, obviously, everything he does is not going. He's not going to have home run. Every storyline is not going to be home run. It's not going to have the park. But I feel like we off to a good start. Hell, just to let y'all know, we got a WCW guy here, and he even liked this pay-per-view. It was, once again, a filler pay-per-view. So Papa H, you're doing something. You're definitely doing something right. So then my final thoughts. Listen, I enjoyed it. Had a good time. A lot of good wrestling lads. We all enjoyed it. We on our road to WrestleMania. Once again, like they said, we're on our way. I'm pretty excited now. Was it when is Mania first weekend in April?
April 1st and 2nd.
Yep. So basically a little bit over a month. Let these storylines flesh out. Let's see where we go from here.
There you go.
And on that note,
And Dr. Love, what did you say about the?
so you got any final thoughts?
All I gotta say is this: great storytelling for a push to the roads to WrestleMania. Yes, I said roads because guess what? It is. We still can have anything impossible. Anything's possible. But what a great show for usually a nothing show, as we were saying.
Yeah.
Normally, No Way Out usually is like before WrestleMania, Fastlane, and recent years, which
yeah, like I said, the filler show. So usually one match you care about on the road to Mania.
But this, absolutely not. Storytelling in Canada, in Montreal, it worked.
Yeah.
I do want to say something.
Okay.
I have a feeling.
Okay. You heard it here first.
I have a feeling, guys, the Cody Rhodes good guy thing is not going to last long. I think it's going to turn into a Hogan situation because I'm already sick of it. I like Cody Rhodes, but I think he's too good, and I think the fans eventually are going to think he's cheesy with it. Yeah, I think they're going to get tired of the whole stuff.
That's what happened to AEW after a while.
Yeah.
Because they
started. You're right. I forgot about that. AEW started turning on. So I have a feeling that him going to WWE, he has the momentum. That's why the crowd. But I have a feeling that shtick is going to get old.
It is,
and I think eventually he's going to have to turn heel because of that.
And Brandy's going to have to come out
and do something.
Yeah,
I can see that too.
Hey, so do you give it till SummerSlam? Do you give about 6 months?
I give about 6 months to maybe a year until the crowd starts to go, this guy.
We're tired of this.
He's going to start hearing the boost. And it's not a John Cena thing where he'll have half and half. Yeah. I think it'll start getting more towards 70-30.
Yeah.
Booze where they're just not going to go with it.
Because some people now, they're just like, okay.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only so much crying you can do about your dad.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to the great Dusty Rhodes.
I love Dusty.
But right now, we just
to be fair, there was one person that could have probably taken out Dusty Rhodes in his prime. Now it's Tivis Mullins. He would have absolutely taken him out. He would have taken him out. I'm just saying. And by the way, I'm saying this now. That's our father.
Yes.
Right.
He would have taken him out. He would have taken him to the pay window.
He would have taken him to the pay window.
Let's go.
But I will say with Cody, the only reason why people are putting up with it right now because the chase for the title.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually when you chasing the belt, anything you could do no wrong, for the most part.
Yeah.
And once he gets that belt, like you said, that goody two shoes that will not that's gonna wear real quick.
I'll name another wrestler where it kind of worked because they changed his style. Sting, who was a colorful wrestler.
Yeah.
But because they went to the dark side,
the Crow,
but he was still a good guy, it worked because I don't know if that gimmick would have worked if he still had the blonde hair.
Not at all.
I'm just saying, I could be wrong.
Not at all.
Sting syndrome.
Now, mind you, I'm not.
You got Sting syndrome.
I'm not that like.
You're the good face.
Yeah.
The beat your face.
But that's what I'm saying. But during the whole NWO thing, because you picture Surfer Sting still being
I can't.
During the NWO area.
Right.
Era,
it wouldn't have worked.
It worked for Sting to be there, but he never needed to be world champion. The whole thing, especially with going to Starrcade, which it's own thing, by the way. That's another whole podcast by himself.
Yes, it is.
But the fact that Sting at that point never needed the belt because you were
so over.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. He was.
But we just talk about this. Yeah. But we just comparing 2023 Cody Rhodes to Surfer Sting.
Right.
And it's like you said, eventually.
My point is they couldn't take Cody Rhodes and put him into a darker good guy role like Sting is what I'm saying.
No,
they would have to put him in the whole Hollywood Hogan theme where he just goes bad and turns.
And they already did that with Roman.
But what about 1996 Survivor Series Rocky Maivia where they pushed him and he got the Intercontinental belt, but then the fans.
At that point,
you're right. That's a good point.
At that point, with Cody Rhodes, you could just turn him back into Dasher Cody Rhodes, where he was basically all about vanity, a heel who cared about his looks, and that actually was one of the best before he left his first WWE run. Dashing Cody Rhodes was like
where he wore
his
the
best
mask.
gift.
Yeah.
Well, even that too, because
Yeah,
like
he wore
how
the,
he's such a pretty boy, a pompous
vest.
pretty boy,
And
and it worked.
He
To
got
the
the
point where
belt
he had the
made.
mustache,
Yeah,
mask.
telling them.
It was to the point
Yeah,
where he
that's
even
right.
had merch.
He didn't know that.
Basically, he
didn't
had
know
merch
it.
working
He
for him.
didn't know
So,
Okay.
so he could go.
Yeah,
He could kind of go back to that gimmick.
Right.
But like you said, but I do agree,
Yeah.
Papa Mafia, where right now, once he gets the we'll put up with it until he gets the belt. Then once he gets the strap, then I give him about maybe to SummerSlam at the earliest, maybe 6 months, where it's like, okay, the '80s good guy thing. Listen,
Right.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
overboard.
yeah.
I think it'll work in his benefit though. Like I think
Yeah.
I think turning heel for Cody Rhodes
would help him.
would
Yes,
help him.
It would help.
You know.
So what do
Yes,
y'all think about
sorry.
Pierre? He says, I don't think Cody has a WrestleMania story.
What do you mean? I mean,
Oh.
here's the thing. He does have a story, but maybe a triple threat. That's all I gotta say.
No, well, that triple threat is gonna be for KO and Sammy, I think, because
You
when
might
they
be
split
right
the
the
belts
way
up.
they had that up. Yeah.
Because I feel like they're not gonna Cody, them mixing Cody into their
So-
whole thing. Is not gonna make it like having a fatal 4-way.
So do we?
I
But
don't-
isn't Cody the main event regardless?
Yeah, he's still the main event.
Cody won the
Rumble,
right.
Yeah.
So he gets a championship match
Yeah,
no
he gets
matter
championship
what.
match.
So,
Yeah.
so do we think that Cody's going to beat Roman on one of the nights, but then you have Kevin and Sammy versus Roman for the other title,
Correct.
whatever
That's what I'm
that is,
thinking.
on the
That
next
they
night?
might have
Now
a-
that would be interesting.
And then they could probably spark the KO Sammy feud
Oh my
that
god.
was ignited on the Indies.
Yeah. Well, you know, It's like that with all those fails, make them two wrestle each other. So that's what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying earlier,
Yeah.
I think that you could probably do night one, do Sammy, KO, Roman for the Universal belt.
Yes.
Night two, we do it Cody versus Roman for the Big Cheese WWE belt. So as far as that goes, but as far as Cody having a WrestleMania story, he still has one because he won the Rumble. But I understand what he's saying because right now the whole Sammy KO thing is kind of overshadowing Cody.
Right.
Because right now you care more about Sammy and KO more than you care about Cody.
As
As
of
far-
right, yeah.
yeah.
Right now, Sammy is.
Sammy's,
Which is amazing. How I gotta say too about the Sammy thing. Wasn't he like I said, I don't watch it wrestling too much, but wasn't he part of like some goofy group where there's like a bunch of like loser wrestlers?
No, you're
Like,
thinking
not too
about
long
you
ago?
thinking
Or no?
you thinking about
League of Nations. No,
not League of Nations.
No.
What was that?
It was with
Heath Slater.
Yes, Heath Slater.
not 3MB. No, that's too far.
No, it was
No,
Slater and the
it was
son of
after that.
Mr.
Slater
Perfect.
and
Mr.
Mr.
Perfect's son.
Curtis Axel.
Curtis
Yeah,
Axel.
Axel. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Like the BT
but
level.
wasn't he still like a
No. Sammy's
Sam?
pretty much been the solo act since
Yes.
his
But he
game.
was never over, is what I'm saying. Wasn't he
Well,
always
so-
like a
so
few
he-
hard guy?
He was always over, but he was over as like a B-lister.
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So I think this being involved with like the storyline of getting him in this
Would elevate it.
and I don't know if they knew that though. I think I don't think that was their goal, but
No.
it winded up working out in his favor and
Yeah.
got him way over. Like I don't know if they ever meant for that to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you think about like NWO, right?
Yeah.
That'd be like adding a guy in NWO, which like what NWO member came to NWO and actually got a huge push because he backed out of NWO.
Big Papa Pump.
Not really.
Well,
Not like this.
Well, because he backed out of NWO.
No, yeah, like this. Like he wanted to be in it. They kicked him
Down
out.
to
And he
Dallas
wanted,
Page is the
but he
only
was
one.
never in it. They wanted him in
They
it.
want. You're
I'm
right.
talking
They
about a guy
want-
A guy who was actually in it.
in the group and got kicked out, but had such a big like they kicked many people out. Buff Bagwell,
Yeah, 'cause Buff
like
Bagwell
nobody
would be the
got.
closest.
So I don't know if like they expected. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe they were just like,
Well,
all right,
that's like 2019 Kofi Mania.
Yes.
They expect because when they did that Elimination Chamber match,
Yes.
Kofi versus Daniel Bryan, and Kofi was only in there because Mustafa Ali got hurt,
Right.
and because that Kofi Mania was
Right.
so strong.
the
they
fans
had-
is what
yeah.
elevate these guys. Like you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, and like I said, I don't know if it was WWE's plan ever. Or they even thought the vision would be for Sami Zayn to
This
get
far.
this far
Yeah.
over. And I think the fans took over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And I
in this
think
situation.
and
it
I
doesn't
think,
happen a lot, is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
and I think it's gonna be interesting now because with Vince, Vince, a lot of times he might be stubborn, stick to his guns or how he got stuff. But it's gonna be interesting now because with Triple H taking over, does he follow the fans? Because I mean, his work from NXT. If I guess NXT is the only thing that we can go by, and NXT he listens to the crowd.
He absolutely listens.
Prime example: Keith Lee listens to the crowd.
Yes.
Finn Balor, he listens to the crowd. And then KO, when KO turned on Sammy, they did their thing. He listened to basically a lot of times Triple H, he definitely depended on the crowd or whatnot. Right. So I feel like if Sammy's going to get that shine, even though they told media outlets, Sammy said, Triple H don't claim that they don't see championship material on them. They can just do that just to swerve the fans, but under Triple H's WWE, I can see him. I can see him listening to the crowd and taking the crowd's advice more than Vince.
Right.
Like I said, because the only work we can look at is NXT, and NXT shows Triple H definitely listens to the audience.
Right.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So, because I mean, you should look at Big E. Big E when he got gold. Like I said, when Neville, when Pac was still Neville,
right?
How the crowd was just behind Pac. I mean, behind Neville. How he took the go from Bo Dallas and they first
takeover.
First big takeover.
I will say though, now that I'm thinking of one guy that maybe could have done it, but they didn't really push it. That went out of NWO, Macho Man. Yeah, Macho Man had a push a little bit, but they didn't really go forward with it. So if you remember initially, Macho Man joined up. They jumped him initially at Bash at the Beach.
Right.
That's when Hogan turned. And then I think maybe 2 months later, Macho Man joined.
Yes.
But then Macho Man and Hogan, and I kind of like that. We're still kind of, but they were still
frenemies.
They were they weren't seeing eye to eye all the time. You know what I mean? They kicked him out.
When he got kicked out, did he join Wolfpack though?
That was later on. Yeah. Then he wound up going with Kevin Nash on. Right. No. When he got kicked out, they jumped him and everything.
Right.
But they never really. Then they could have, because Macho was over. He was still over. Yeah. But they never really did anything with it. But maybe that's one guy that they could.
You're talking that it's at late '97, early.
Yeah, it was. Exactly. It was right before Wolfpack, because he did wind up joining Wolfpack, and then of course they messed that up.
Yeah.
By the way, Wolfpack worked for a little bit, but they messed it all up, and that's whole other story we're going down.
Yeah, it's a whole other.
But my point is, maybe that guy could have done it. There's very few, like what I'm saying, in a faction that can get kicked out and be way over, and I think maybe Macho could have, because Macho kind of developed his character a little bit. He was still crazy, but he wasn't like a colorful guy. He was a little bit different. He was a little bit more up to date. You know what I mean with how he was, but.
The last one we'll get to is once again, Mr. Pierre. I say merchandise sales matter to WWE. Sammy moves merch. True. But now, once again, this is Triple H's WWE. Because there's been guys, under the John Cena era where they move merch like crazy as single stars, but they, got to a point where if they merch was outperforming Cena's too much, then they basically kind of took them down the card. Once again, it's going to be interesting now with Triple H's Mania. If you moving merch like crazy, obviously, merch makes the company money as well. It's going to be interesting to see how Triple H handles that, how his team handles that. Now.
Talking merch, I wonder how. Well, if there's an order, I wonder where NWO is, because they still sell their.
Oh yeah,
I wonder if it's.
Hell, you see,
they have
it's third or fourth.
DX and NWO.
I saw tonight a guy in a red.
DX and NWO, you go to local shows, you still see
Steve Austin.
It's wild.
Yeah, 316.
Yeah,
those big three, 316, NWO, DX.
Right? Yes.
They're
still moving merch.
And young kids, are rocking or DX. What I mean? They weren't even watching.
Yeah, they weren't even born.
It tells you, right,
but Triple H wouldn't, curtail a star if they're moving merchandise or they're pushing the needle socially on social media, whereas Vince would. Some would accuse, let's say, Ford with the Ranger. Why didn't they get the new Ranger out? But they didn't want to cannibalize F-150 sales because they wanted that crown of being the number one truck seller, as opposed to GM. So but Triple H has a different vision there. If someone is moving that merch, well, then why not give him the spot for a little while? Why not elevate him as opposed to curtailing him? And that's where I think we all have the hope that he would do that. And Sammy does move merch, and he's getting an opportunity to show that now.
Yep.
Although I don't know
Fans speak.
if the Saudi Public Investment Fund has its way, if they were to purchase WWE for.
So what is going on with that, by the way?
We don't know. Last time I checked,
just rumors.
Well, right now Vince is like the only thing we know is Vince is putting the company up from $9 billion, which is ridiculous.
$9 billion. Yes.
One thing I will say about
why not? He's like, okay, you want to
one
buy
thing
it?
One thing I'll say about the Saudis
Once
is
Elon Musk buy it because he's buying everything.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
One thing I will say is about the Saudis, like they'll put they put their internal beliefs beside when it comes to money.
Yes.
Money.
Oh yeah.
Because Chris will attest to this. Because they are a majority owner of SNK. So and all they care about the video game, the guys that did Fatal Fury, King of Fighting, all the old school stuff. So they now, as far as I believe, they're the majority holders of that. So all they care about is just money, profit, profit.
They're not going to buy something. They're not
profit. So even if they did buy WWE, no matter what their personal views is, all they care about is profit.
But $9 billion, boy, they would really have.
But me and Chris said realistically, they're probably like if they sell the company, it's gonna go for $6.
Right.
$6
I can see that. Yeah.
Ain't no way in hell.
Yeah. So it's valued right now at $6.65 billion.
Yeah.
Is the idea?
Yeah. He'd be lucky to get 7.
He'd be lucky to get 7, and Comcast, NBC Universal wouldn't. I don't see them paying more than actually 6. I don't see them paying that because they have all the access to the internals from Peacock and so forth. They see what it's really worth in their eyes. Right. And I don't see them paying more than 6.65, certainly. So, but Vince has it out there that he has that $9 billion figure out there. Yeah. So we'll see if. But what does Stephanie think about this? See, that would be the question.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Stephanie just at home with the kids. Yeah. Stephanie, the only reason why she came
Vince is old too, by the way.
Yeah, so he's what, 77?
I'm just saying, it's not like he has that much time, and I assume he has a nice goodwill for his kids.
But is he still a genetic?
And I'm sure, But either way, listen, if they get they're going to get money. So I'm curious if he does sell, and when he passes, God forbid, I'm just saying it's going to happen one day. Yeah. I wonder with that amount of money they got, they start something else. Him at Triple H and Stephanie, if they just go ahead and leave, because I don't know if Triple H would stick around if after all that's. I'm just saying maybe in the beginning he will, but I'm just saying maybe years later they all wind up leaving it and starting something. You never know.
Yeah,
I mean, why not? You got that kind of money, is what I'm saying. You could start something up for sure.
Yeah, or just go to AEW.
And if it's Triple H behind it, people are going to back it.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And then I know we said one more, but we're gonna do one more from Pierre. Let's see. We see sale prices being way above valuations all the time. This is how the Broncos became worth $5
billion.
Oh, I'm sorry, $5 billion. My bad. The five's a little bit smaller here, but yeah, as far as that goes, like I said, he wants $9 billion. He ain't getting that.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
He probably, even though it's worth 6.5, he might get 6. At the end of the day, he's probably
ton of money, man.
Yeah.
But then again, though, how did the Phoenix Suns be worth $4 billion?
But I am curious though, why would he in his
Put it that
age? No, just in general. Why in his age now would he sell it? When he has like one of his kids, like unless his kids said, I don't want to. I'm just saying Shane or Stephanie.
Yeah.
Who Stephanie's married to, unless they just said, hey, when you pass, we really don't want to run.
I know Shane is definitely like that. Shane is like
forget Shane, but Stephanie and Triple H is in it. So I'm just
screwed over Shane though.
Yeah. But I'm just curious, why wouldn't he like now all of a sudden?
Because right now, because Stephanie's not even co-CEO, she only filled in.
Right, when he was gone.
Because now you got Nick Khan.
But you would think he would have that talk, is what I'm saying.
He probably did have that talk.
Hey, I think I want to see if they could sell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would assume they would have to agree on it, like, or say, yeah, I'm cool with that, Dad. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they don't want to run it. Maybe
it's probably how they feel. They're just like, listen, we did what we.
Yeah, it's been years. It's time to. Yeah, we don't mind. You know, we'll take the money and relax now. You know what I mean? I'm just guessing. You know,
now what would the conspiracy theorists think of? You have those that say that Vince is looking just to maximize the dollars that he gets out of that, and doesn't care what Stephanie thinks.
Yeah,
doesn't care that and leaves them be. You have that side of the equation. I don't really.
I still think it was a huge mistake that when WCW got sold to them, that Shane didn't actually get a loan out and actually buy it,
right?
And just actually, and work with his dad, but own WCW. You know what I mean? Because that would have been really cool, I think.
But we had Buck Bagwell versus Booker T on the Monday Night Raw
in Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah. I'm just
not
saying,
in Atlanta or somewhere in Tacoma.
I think it was
Washington.
a mistake, man.
Not somewhere down south.
Right.
But you put it way on the West Coast where people.
So I'm saying. I think it was a mistake to he bought. The end of the day, McMahon bought WCW just to put it in the trash.
Right. And for the library.
Yes, well, I know that, but I'm saying he wanted just to go and throw the belt in the trash. He basically did what Medusa did on WCW. With the whole WCW. It just took it and shit all over it. You guys saying I won, but it was a mistake. I think financially it was a mistake. Even though he has a library, cool and all great. But now technically though, they could put a WCW back out there if they owned the rights, correct?
Well, it's not the rights. They could.
I'm just saying technically they own the name.
Yeah.
And I think though, if WWE is actually sold, I was talking, with Sauce about this, was that if Endeavor Group got together with Shad Khan, owner of the Jaguars, which his son, as you know, is
Tony.
AEW's Tony Khan, that if they got together and purchased WWE, that they would relaunch AEW as WCW.
Such a better name than AEW.
because they would own the rights then, and then they could have a dual company. They could operate two companies, and I think they would be operated differently.
Dude, yeah, I've been watching the old Nitros. By the way, you're missing out, Sauce. You got to watch.
Listen, we're going to get there, okay?
It is such a different style and different story. I don't know than what I'm watching today. I'm not saying today's bad. I enjoy myself watching. I just think it's different. I like the old school kind of like they did. You know what I like too? I'll be honest with you. Another thing I liked about what they do. Yeah. I like the announcers being way off. And they're this big area where they're not like ringside. You know what I mean? I like that. And then, if the wrestlers want to come up and talk a little trash, they go up, and it's kind of like you have to step up. Like I enjoyed that they were way back there, and I kind of feel like the crowd was around, so it made it.
Because they did it for Monday Night Raw when Bischoff was doing his thing over there. They moved Jim Ross and them up by the stage.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like it's like their own platform. Like I thought that was just better. Like I don't know. I guess because I like, but I just thought a lot of the stuff they did was. But they also didn't do a lot of that. The cameras would always happen to be so. Like I don't like.
Well, that's Kevin Dunn. He has this thing where he likes to do like 36 cuts.
Yeah,
in the match where it's just like.
I don't know. It was just different, man. It was
so hopefully Triple H gets rid of Bucktooth Dunn. And
Bucky Beaver's gone. I mean, Stephanie hates him. Triple H hates him. Everyone hates him. So doesn't he realize that the clock is ticking, pal?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what they're doing. Vince probably told him, like, listen, as long as he's been here, listen, just let him ride his contract out. Just at least for me. Do it for me. Let him ride his contract out, then y'all bring him in.
Do you know they say that the reason why he has a job for life was because he saved a bunch of tapes from getting burned up in a fire.
Yep.
Right? So you know that story.
Yep.
So and that's why he's,
Oh shoot, my brother already left. I didn't even know. Oh, he made it home. Shout out to him.
Yes.
But on that note, folks, once again, we have Papa Mafia. We have Mr. CBM right here.
By the way, real quick shout out. Okay. I did this one time when I was on as a guest on someone else's and nobody ever gets
doing the Larry Zbyszko.
This guy, shout out to God, what's his name? God, I forget his name now. Juan, and I forget his name.
Right.
Anyways, he was like, "You doing a Larry Zbyszko?" And I'm like, "Sam, you're the first person to ever do that when I came on as a guest."
Yes.
And it was just funny. I was just shout out.
Yes.
Trevor's the name.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, I can't believe, and he's young. I'm like, how do you know about Larry Zbyszko?
But on that note, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the light-skinned man with the ashy hands, and we enjoyed y'all. We enjoyed the chamber. We enjoyed, Dr. Love's hospitality. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go because I really gotta go pee.
Yeah.
And on that note, listen, y'all be safe, and most importantly, y'all be good. Peace out.
Peace out, man.